everyone, and welcome to the Elite Racing Network. Tonight is the last race of the round for these guys that run in the 2021 B Elite SMRI Productions Grand National Series. Sonesta Hotels 200 live from Talladega. The points are very tight tonight as we've got Ethan well out in front, but the battle at that cut line, everybody from about 6th to 12th is separated by just 10 points, and anything can happen at Talladega. Nobody is safe tonight. Should be an exciting race. You just got me tonight. Nick won't be here. We've lost our normal producer for the weekend as well, as Gavel had better things to do than hang out with us, apparently. So we got David tonight. It's just me and David. Going to be a fun night. Going to be a great race. These other guys that are missing out tonight, they're going to miss the best race of the year, in my opinion. Looks like we got Josh Robin on the pool, followed by Tyler Fody, Gerald Campbell, Jeff Green, Brandon Key, Ethan Burrell. Looks like Tate Lytle didn't take a time. Garrison Hogan chose not to take a time. Josh Adams, somebody who's typically pretty good at these plate races. He's qualified 25th, so not real sure what happened there with him. So it looks like we got our points guys all over the map. Hopefully we get to see a good race tonight before they crash. We know that crash will come at some point, but we'll see what happens. If you tuned in on Wednesday, you saw the Cup race here, the next gen cars. Not a whole lot of pass and a lot of single file. Won't see that tonight. These cars get big runs. It's a pack race, double wide. As long as you're comfortable, 3 wide, maybe even some 4 wide tonight. The starting grid is playing right now for you guys to see. Pick out your favorite driver. Follow him. He'll lead some. He'll run last some. He'll run in the middle a lot. So whoever your guy is, just keep track of him. And it's never over here at Talladega until the very last lap. Typically, we make some picks. I'm not going to pick anybody tonight. I just want us to see a good race here at Tega. Maybe
I
one of
don't
these
even
guys.
I don't even know anybody enough to pick one, so yeah, I could just randomly pick a name. I'll go with Ethan. I'm gonna take Ethan Burrell tonight.
That's a good guy to take. He's always good here. He runs up front here a lot. I mean, we got our typical guys. Ethan and Fody are really good. Fody, if you tuned in on Wednesday night, made a last lap coming through the tribal pass on Dale Earnhardt Jr. It's a great battle there at the end. You can't pass on those Cup cars, but the last 500 yards of that race was really exciting with Dale Jr., Tyler Fody, and Jeff Green kind of breaking away from everybody. Hopefully, we can see the same tonight. See an exciting finish tonight. Bring them all the way down through the tri-oval here. Green flag is out. Jeff Green and Tyler Fody saw them work together tonight, starting off in second and fourth here. Josh Robin on the bottom, Gerald Campbell. See how long these guys want to push each other. Looks like Fody's going to sneak out in front here on the front straight or on the back straightaway heading into 3. Fody gets clear and dives to the bottom. So I guess the partnership with Jeff Green ended at the end of the race on Wednesday night. Josh Robin going to jump back to the outside of Fody. Come down to the start-finish line here. Who's going to lead lap 1? I think you got to give it to Josh Robin. Josh Robin led the first lap of the race. Double wide, just like they started. Chad Frankenfield trying to start a 3rd lane back there in mid-pack. Looks like he's going to drop back into the 2nd lane. Lots of pushing here. Already more side-by-side racing in this race than we saw in the Cup race. Josh Robbins going to get clear of Fody, drop to the bottom. Jeff Green up there getting a push from Ethan on the outside. Let's see if he can make something happen up there on that top lane. Fody's pushing Robin pretty hard right now, so I think it's going to be hard to get him clear here. Stalled out. Robin's now clear by himself in the lead. Fody's now just about clear to pull up in front of Jeff Green. Gonna ride with Gerald here for a minute, see what he sees. Third car on the bottom side. You're always thinking about your next move here, and right now Gerald's thinking, you know, if I get clear, do I move up? As Fody's gonna move up, try to take the lead back. Big push from Jeff Green. It's gonna get Gerald to the back bumper of Josh Robin. Can Fody get clear? Not quite. Fody did not quite get clear. Just a good push there from Gerald on the inside. Kind of separation. They got the front three on the inside, and then a car length and a half. Top lane is way more formed up right now. Way tighter, but those front three are pushing good enough to get the lead for now. Hard pushing here. 3 cars deep. I believe that's Brandon Key in the 5 is now up on the inside lane there. Third car right behind Gerald. Brandon Key's a guy we haven't talked a whole lot about this season, but here he is, Talladega, trying to get up towards the front here. Great looking light blue car there with the yellow number really makes it pop, sticks out in the pack. Still side by side in the front all the way through. Setting up to be an exciting night tonight here. Exciting race. We do not. Oh, Jeff Green's going to go to the outside of Fody. 3 wide at the front. Burrell goes with Fody. It's going to get Gerald cleared a second. He can move up if he wants, but there's really not a big run coming just yet. It looks like Brandon Key's also going to get clear of Fody, maybe. Not quite, not quite. He did not quite get clear. Jeff Green ends up being the guy shuffling. Just backwards. He's going to back up a long way. Not what you want to have happen when you go out to make a pass has have nobody go with you there in that C2 freight machine. Still backing up with no help as we've got Gerald Campbell's going to pull out and get the push from Cody. He's going to try to take the lead for the first time in this race. Oh, Key got Robin a little sideways there. Everybody gathers it up. It's good. That was enough, though. I believe Gerald's probably going to get clear at some point. Jeff Green's kind of surging back. That little checkup kind of brought some guys, one guy up into that third lane. Gerald's going to pull to the bottom here, down in front of Josh Robin. Jeff Green's working that outside lane. He has help now with the 29 car of Trevor Elam. All of a sudden, that third lane's getting some good help. Looking pretty exciting right here at the front. And you can see out behind these guys, about 15th on back, have decided to lay off and just let these guys wreck. Well, that's what they're thinking. I'm not saying they're going to wreck, but that's what they're thinking. They're backing up, seeing this get 3 wide.
It's certainly set up for a big one.
Yeah, this would be very nasty if it happened. Jeff Green seems to have a good bit of help. So does Josh Robin on the very bottom. Or Gerald Campbell from Josh Robin. That middle lane, though, staying right there with just 2 cars really in it right now. Oh, here we go. A lot of guys just bailed on that outside lane. Moving to that middle lane. Shuffled them up for a second. Was able to get that third lane going, and now it looks like it's just Trevor and Jeff out there. Chad Frankenfield's coming up through the middle right now. He's got help from Andrew Rucker. Still side by side for this lead with Cody and Campbell. As Gerald's he's gonna get clear of everyone. And he's gonna pull out of line. Gerald's gonna pull down and just drop. Kind of a puzzling decision there to drop from the lead, but that really shuffled everyone back up as we are 3 by 3 by 3. Jeff Green and Trevor are Trevor's gonna bounce on Jeff Green and slide right to the middle. Oh, we're gonna go 4 wide down the front stretch. 4 wide for the lead at Talladega on lap 10. Still 4 wide into 1. Still 4 wide. Wow. They're gonna get back to 3. That was insane to go 4 wide right there. 10 laps into a 76 lap race. Wow. I don't know if I'd have done it. Through the shuffle, a lot of guys picked up there. The pack's going to have to form back up if they're going to come back up here and start racing like they were.
It's almost like everybody took a deep breath after they survived that.
Yeah, 4 wide, that'll scare the shit out of you a little bit. And the guy that made that move 4 wide, Chad there, chose not to help Jeff Green and try to go to the outside of 4 wide. He's hung up there by himself on the top of 3 wide now. So that move really didn't work for Chad. But here they come back together again. Everybody's decided, all right, we didn't crash. A little more confident that we won't crash now. Maybe make some more crazy moves. Chad again pulling up to the outside with no help. As Tyler Fody and Jeff Green are side by side for the lead. Got a new player up at the front, Dustin Dewar in the 32. Turns Jeff Green a little sideways. Everybody straightens it back out. Wow. That could have been big. That was a great job by those 2 drivers to not crash everybody right there. Some crazy stuff. You could not do this on Wednesday night in the Cup race. The Mexican car will not allow you to be able to race like this. As Josh Robbins going to pull up in front of Jeff Green. He's going to try to get the push around here, but Jeff's kind of peeking to the right. Maybe had a thought about going to the outside and decided better of it. Brandon Key pushing Cody, Jeff Green pushing Josh Robin. Still side by side for this lead as we have not went 1 lap with the leaders single file. Rucker's going to pull to the top of 3. Not sure that that's going to count. Yeah, he's just going backwards at this point.
What are we looking at pit window wise on the green flag?
These guys can run about another 30 laps in the pit window if they wanted to run that far. So it's going to be a 1-stop race for the stage green. The stage green is going to be 1 stop, probably 4 tires. You have to take all the fuel. Where maybe taking 2 tires or no tires can come into play is if they get a caution like now. Some guys could pit and try to make that green flag stop a little shorter. It won't help you unless you have people do it with you, though. If you're the only guy that makes that green flag stop shorter, but they'll catch you in a couple laps. Cody's going to pull to the outside. Jeff Green's going to pull all the way to the outside. We're going to go 3 wide here on the front stretch. Dylan Thomas, I believe that's who that is in the 03. Is going to pull up there. Yeah, Dylan Thomas is going to push Jeff Green. Fody's got Dustin Dewar, Brandon Key, Josh Robbins still on the very inside lane. Pack's kind of getting in, kind of came back together here.
Looks like we're starting to think about 4 again.
I don't know. 4 wide just doesn't work. They made it work there that one time. I would not try to do too much of that. David Tooker's kind of creeping up into this race. He's the 4th car on the inside. He's got Andrew Rucker right behind him. We've got Zach Evans creeping up into the front here. David Westergreen. These guys are all part of this front pack right now. Oh, Josh Robin is going to pull out of line. I'm not sure if he must have got hit a little sideways. That's 4 wide here on the back. Lots of checking up, lots of moving and shaking. Everybody made it work. That really hurt that inside lane. Brandon Key lost a lot of time. Obviously, Josh Robin fell from side by side to the lead to where he's at. Jeff Green, Tyler Cody still side by side at the very front of the pack. And I want to hit on this one. Oh, we've got a wreck in the back. The 45's around. Not sure if that's going to be a caution or not. Looks like an awful track. Not even sure there's a 45, so he's got the wrong number on the side of that car, I believe. Couldn't even honestly tell you who that was.
Must not have picked it up. We're still green and going.
Yep, spun off the track. Not sure what happened there. Jeff Green and Tyler Fody still side by side at the lead. Jeff Green gets clear, slides down in front of Tyler Fody. Looks like Jeff Green's kind of gotten clear of everyone for the time being. Side by side, second on back. Josh Robin trying to make up that track position after a little bit of a shove going wrong from Brandon Key earlier. Trying to push Dylan Thomas to the lead here. And Josh Robin, who's he worked with to get back up through here? Brandon Key, the guy who shoved him sideways. That's just what you do here. You know, you got to find that line, try not to go over it, but when you do, you know, if you were working with that guy really well, you still want to work with him. It's not like you want to send him off. Now, if it's a new guy that you haven't been working with, with, and he shoves you sideways the first time, then you might try to fade him. He's got Dylan Thomas out in front of Jeff Green here. That's going to leave Brandon Key and Josh Robin. Try to hook up, maybe push Josh back to the front here. Ooh, Jeff slides up off the bottom just a little bit. Good push from Key here to Robin. Going to get him dead even for the lead, going into the tri-oval. Great push there from Key. Just about got him clear. Not quite going to get there, but as long as Key's not too hot, they should get a pretty solid run here off of turn 2. Both lanes pushing pretty hard. Gonna ride on board here with Brandon Key for a minute, see what he's looking at as he tries to push Josh Robin to the lead. They've lost just a little bit of ground. And if you're Brandon Key sitting here pushing, you're not just pushing him, and that's all you're thinking about. You're trying to keep an eye on all your gauges, your water, your oil, make sure nothing gets too hot, because these things will blow up in a pack. Which is why you see him keep kind of moving out of line and then moving back in line. He's trying to get some air. Then you come back and you just try to push that guy real hard. As Jeff Green's going to get cleared. He's going to move up here in front of Josh Robin. He's going to try to take the lead here from Dylan Thomas. He's going to do it. Get clear back to the bottom. Chad back there trying to work a third lane again with Rucker, but just nothing happening. It's going to dive back in line behind David Westergreen. We've got the front 3 single file now. But front 2 is they're pulling back up on Tyler Cody. Side by side, third on back here. Dead even with Tyler Cody. Good push coming from Brandon Key though right here. It's going to get him up, back side by side there for second. Pulling up alongside Jeff Green here for the middle of 3 and 4. Big push from Brandon Key. Josh Robin is clear if he wants to take it. We'll see what he decides to do when they get to the corner. He will take it. Josh Robin back out front. Here comes Chad and Trevor on the top lane again. Now you got David Westergreen pushing Brandon Key here in the middle lane with Jeff Green pushing Josh Robin as we're going to go 3 wide for the lead up back. Inside lane's going to get the gap here. We've seen Jeff Green pull out every time when he gets clear, when he's not the leader. Is he going to pull out again? Not just yet. Brandon Key still leading that middle line, but Frankenfield may be able to slide down in front of him here in a second. And he's gonna. Chad's going to pull down in front of Brandon Key there. That took the ability for Jeff to pull up to that lane and try to take the lead away for now. Chad's going to pull alongside Josh Robin here down the backstretch going into 3. Maybe even nose out front when they get there. What Brandon is showing these guys right now is that he can push anybody to the lead. He's an aggressive pusher, and that's what makes a good pusher. But sometimes you can go over that edge, so Brandon's learning where that edge right now. where it sits by pushing on all these guys pretty hard. He's learning how to move, and get air while still keeping them out front. This is going to get Chad cleared. Chad moves down to the bottom of Josh Route. We've yet to see anybody push Brandon Key to the front. Can Trevor do what nobody? As Chad's going to play both lanes. That's not a good move there. He's going to shuffle Chad out. That was not a good decision. Chad's on the top of 3 wide now. He's going to try to probably slide back in front of David. Can he get down there? No, he's not even going to try.
Is that the kind of decision you make when you already have a win in the bag in the chase?
Yeah, if you've already advanced and won in the round, yeah, but I'm not quite sure if Chad has won in this round or not. He might have.
Yeah, I think he has one win. He's at the top of the list on the chase advance.
But yeah, I mean, you do all that work to get to the front, and then you want to try to do that. Like, you kind of just have to. And all that shuffle, Brandon Key has gotten to the lead. Trevor has gotten him there. Well, we're going to get us another third lane. Didn't get any help, though. Just Westergreen's up there. Rucker gave him a good push, and it didn't happen for him. Trevor Elam side by side with Brandon Key here at the front. Rucker now goes to the top of that third lane. Trevor gets clear to the bottom. Shuffle is on. Moving and shaking as we're making moves here. These guys can run about 15 more laps on fuel. If we get there with the green flag stop, that would be pretty exciting to see green flag stops. Oh, Brandon Key's going to get shuffled there. Right now, when you get shuffled, it drops to about 10th or 15th. You don't drop back any further than that. These guys are kind of letting this front pack sit there, and everybody else is just kind of hanging around. Now we got a new player out front, Ryan Barbieri. He's going to lead that lap over Trevor. He's got help from Chad Frankenfield. Middle lane, surges ahead, big push there down the back. Chad's going to get to the inside there. Oh wait, Brandon Key's turned sideways.
No.
Jeff Green's involved. Oh, cars are just piling into this thing. David Westergreen is upside down. Lots of cars with damage. Harrison Tallion's got damage. Gerald Campbell's got some damage. Dylan Thomas has some damage. David Carpenter's severe damage on that car. Kendall Noah player. Jeff Green's got substantial right side damage.
Rolling back, looking at the replay. Chad came down low, and that kind of got things shuffled up in the middle. Looked like Brandon Key got a little bit of hit from behind, and he turned sideways, and then once he's sideways in front of everybody, it's just a big pile of mess now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go through and see who's got good damage, who's going to be. I think Gerald's going to be okay. He's not severely hurt. Tyler Fode's car is destroyed. The 40 car, Tyler Fode is going to be. His shot to win this race is over. Brandon Key got away better than he probably should have.
And he only dropped back to 15th.
Ethan Burrell's got some damage. Trey Holmes has got damage.
They're headed down pit lane now.
Yeah, we were closing in on some green flag stops. Mark Keeler's got some damage. Zach Evans has got some damage. Tooker appears to be okay. David Westergreen, as we said, he flipped over. Not the ride he was looking for tonight. Personette's damaged. Dylan Thomas has got some damage. So that's going to have a few playoff implications, I believe. Let me pull the points up here and see what we got going on. Jeff Green being involved is not good for his points. I think he's going to be able to continue on. Dylan Thomas was pretty involved in that wreck. Tyler Fody, he's probably got the worst damage outside of Westergreen, who we saw take a ride. I believe the points graphic that was up there was from the truck race yesterday. Sorry about that graphic. That was not the graphic for tonight.
We'll blame that on the new guy not know how to switch the set. Sorry.
We can blame Chad. If we have an issue up here, blame Chad. He's the one who runs the show. Anything that happens that's bad, that doesn't go, according to plan, Chad Frankenfield's the guy. So that's not good for Fody there. Burrell's got some damage. I think he'll be all right. Dylan Thomas has got some damage. Jeff Green's got some damage. Not sure about Joshua Clark, if he has any damage from that. Josh Clark is clean. Jeff Green opted not to sit in and fix his damage. He has kept his track position. He chose, that was more important than fixing the damage. So we will see how that works out here, but he's got a fair amount of right side damage. Brandon Key still sitting on pit road. His car is more beat up than I thought it was initially. He had a lot of rear damage there. Dylan Thomas is rolling off a pit road. He's got a good bit of damage. Kendall Noah Player is pretty destroyed. Like we said, Fody's missing the front, the back. Fody's got a ton of damage. So that's probably the biggest story out of that wreck is Fody's chance to win is over. Chad Frankenfield's going to bring him down here for the restart with Josh Robin on the outside. We'll see how Jeff Green's car drives with that damage, if it's hurting him at all. Here we come down into the tri-oval. Chad's on the loud pedal. Good start. Maybe too good for Dega. Not want to get that far out there by yourself. Josh is going to get down into the bottom lane here. Pull back up. trying to work with Jeff Green. You almost wonder if these guys know that Jeff's got some damage, or maybe they've looked at it and said, hey, it's going to be fine. Chad's trying to throw a block here. Man, oh man, we saw Chad do that earlier and it didn't work out, and that was almost nasty. Pushing down the backstretch, just 3 cars up on the top, 3. Josh Robin is second car in line. Jeff Green is third car in line. Dustin Dewar trying to take the lead on the bottom with help from the 28 of Vincent Isabella and the 3 of Scott Haney down on the bottom. Chad's going to get the lead there. Josh Adams, first time we've really seen him up here at the front tonight. Running up there on the very top of 3 wide. Chad is still trying to play both lanes here. Just not sure about this idea of the race. It's not a good move. Josh Robbins going to clear him, jump down into that bottom. Now Chad's pushing on Josh Robin. Vincent is pushing on Dustin. Jeff Green's got help from Josh Adams. Apparently that wreck did not scare these guys enough to keep them from 3 wide here. And apparently that damage from Jeff Green is not really hurting this race car. Chad's going to drop to the bottom. It's going to get him side by side with the lead with Josh Robin. Chad's now got help from Dustin Dewar on the bottom. Jeff Green's going to pull to the middle lane, right down in front of Josh Robin. '83 appears to be dropping back. Josh Adams also appears to be to drop back here as well. Good way up there in the trioval to give it to him. Rucker's got a big run going to come through the middle there, all the way to the top of 3 wide. That's Rucker and Trevor Eden right there. Trying to make something happen on the very top. Three wide for the lead up a backstretch of Talladega. It's like a little bit of tandem. You got Dustin and Chad on the bottom, Jeff and Josh in the middle, Andrew and Trevor on the very top. Dustin's giving a good push to Chad right now. 3 cars, 3 by 3, tight there. It's 3/4 as well, point that out. It's Rucker, it's Green, and it's Frankenfield leading every lane right there. Looks like the middle lane might have gotten clear of that very top lane. Nope, Rucker pulling back there. Trevor, we saw Trevor work his way to the front earlier, so he knows, he knows how to push. Zach Evans is back up here on the bottom. I think he had a little bit of damage from that. Chad's now the leader in the middle lane. He's pulled up to the middle lane in front of Jeff Green. Jeff Green's going to come back to the bottom. 3 wide for the lead again as they lap the slow car of Dylan Thomas, leaving pit road. Rucker now by himself on that top lane. Won't last up there very long by yourself. Josh Robbins going to pull up in front of Chad. Dustin Dewar's going to pull up in front of Josh, and Josh goes back to the bottom. Decided he did not want to push Dewar to the lead. They nearly make contact coming through the tri-oval. Dustin Dewar gets clear, takes the lead, drops to the bottom.
This is like Oprah Winfrey night. You get the lead, you get the lead, you get the lead.
Yeah, it's just so risky being up here to do it, though. You just don't want to, you know, obviously we saw earlier, we don't want to have happen what happened there. It's going to shape the playoff picture if nobody else wrecks tonight. Jeff Green giving Dustin a big push. Trevor giving Chad a big push. Chad's going to get clear to the lead. He's going to drop to the bottom. He's going to get the push from Dustin. They are catching the slow car of, I believe that is Tyler Fody out in front of them. Rucker back up top by himself. A few times tonight, you know, we've seen Rucker and Chad, you know, they are not afraid to make a move if they lose pit spots. They are okay doing that because they are not content to ride.
I always kind of get the feeling that they're kind of learning too, like just kind of figuring out what they need to do at the end, what'll work and what won't.
And one thing I will point out, Thomas Sherman is done for the night. That is a playoff driver. He is likely going to miss the next round for sure. So that's a big playoff implication there for him and his chances to advance to the next round. Tyler Fody is 3 laps down. There is a rule in Elite, if you drop 6 laps down, you're removed from the circuit. And it's at just these plate tracks. So.
And he's running about 12 to 13 seconds a lap slower than everybody right now.
So yeah, 10, 15 laps, and Fody is going to be done for the night as well. Dylan Thomas is 2 laps down. That's another playoff driver. We are getting crazy up here at the front, though, as Jeff Green's going to slice to the bottom. So really tight squeeze there by Jeff Green. He said, I am dropping down. And Daniel Martinez had to let it happen or cause wreck.
Well, just as I say that, now Tyler's dialed it up to 53 second lap, so he's only three seconds off the pace. It'll last a little longer.
Yeah, as we are 3 wide for the lead here. New player up the front here, Garrison Hogan, with help from Ethan Perel and Andrew Rucker. The pit window is open. It will be, I mean, some people could try to save to make it, but I just don't think it's going to happen. So the pit window's been open for a while. The way they're racing, though, they're going to lap Dylan Thomas again here. He's looking very off the pace on the apron. Garrison Hogan to the point with help from Josh Robin. Garrison Hogan, he's going to try to do what Chad did earlier. Play all the lines here. He moves back up to the middle lane in front of Dustin Dewar. All that's done is let Josh Robin take the lead here with help from Jeff Green. working out a little better here on the front stretch. Dewar's going to give Garrison a big push down the front stretch. Going to get him clear back to the bottom. Robin's going to pull back up to the middle. He's going to try to get the push from Dustin. Now he's going to get side by side for the lead down the back stretch. And he was clear for a second in the 3, but ultimately decided to stay in that second lane.
Dustin Dewar's style, when he's following, he really wiggles it back and forth there, trying to keep himself cool, I think. But that really has to make you nervous if you're behind him.
Oh yeah, make you nervous if you're the one getting pushed too, but I mean, you're going forward. Josh is going to chop down to the bottom now. Now at this point, if I'm the 56, I'm sitting here thinking that 32 pushed me, then he pushed Josh. And if you pull up in front of him, there's a chance he's already pretty warm. So I'm not sure how much more he can push at this point in time. But he's getting pushed by Chad Frankenfield right now with help from Rucker. And it looks like Dustin Dewar is going to lead this lap. They pass a slow car on the bottom. Not sure who that is. They're missing a lot of parts and pieces on that car. And they're going to pass another one. Dustin led that lap, but he's already been shuffled as Rucker and Frankfield have moved up to the very top. He's going to pull all the way up there and then pull back to the middle. And Garrison Hogan's going to move out and try to take the lead. A whole lot of moves happen here all at once. Ethan Burrell's got a little bit of right front damage, not hurting that car. Whole lot of moving going on up here to the front right now. Garrison going to drop to the bottom right in front of Frankenfield's, going all the way to the top with Ethan Burrell. Looks like Rucker's going to try to go with him. But Trevor's giving a good push to Dustin right now in the middle. Wonder if any of these guys are thinking about green flag stops at this point. Oh, big move from Josh. 56 tried to move up and block a little bit. Josh is going to take the lead here with help from Dustin. Not quite going to get cleared for the first turn. Ethan Burrell, Chad Frankenfield, again going to pull to the very top, trying to make this third lane happen. I believe Dylan Thomas is a little further off the pace than Tyler Fody is. I believe they're about to catch Dylan Thomas and Fody again, but Fody has caught and passed Thomas. As they make their way by Dylan Thomas here on the front stretch, he runs the apron. Josh Robin, meanwhile, back to the point. Here they come up again on Tyler Fody, who's up on the very top. Side by side for the lead down the backstretch here at Talladega. Jeff Green pushing on Garrison. Josh Robin with help from Dustin Dewar. It's been a very, very exciting race tonight. These guys have not wanted to ride around at all. C2 Freight having a great run tonight. They're a big sponsor of the league. Jeff has had them up front all night long. Still side by side for this lead. Looks like Josh Robbins got the edge right now. See if he chooses to go. Dustin Dewar gets cleared. He drops to the bottom. That's going to bring Ethan Burrell up to the back of Josh Robbins. Try to push him through. Josh Robbins drops down to the point here in front of Dustin Dewar. Chad is now leaning on Ethan Burrell. We've seen them try to work the third lane together. Now they're in the middle lane, found their way to the front of that middle lane. Looks like Burrell might have just led for the first time in this race right there at the line. Josh Adams with a big run up here, all by himself on the very top of 3 wide. Oh, these front two have pushed themselves onto the apron. Not real sure if somebody got sideways, what happened with that. Oh, wrecking Josh Adams. Josh Robbins. Not going to be a yellow. Not going to be a yellow as they all continue to run. Not real sure what happened down there.
We get settled in here again. I'll go back and pull that up.
Josh Adams is looking pretty destroyed. Yeah, Josh Adams' car is pretty killed. That might be Josh's playoff hopes unless they have another big wreck here. Josh Adams, that is. What that has done is there are 5 cars now that have broken away from everyone. The 56 trying to squeeze down. Gonna have some contact there with him in the 83.
There's a replay real quick of the accident there with Josh Adams. And we'll jump back to live action. Okay, back up front.
Yeah, it's up to 4 seconds now that these front 5 have put themselves up there. Everybody's getting in line back here, though. Oh, we got some pit stops. We got pitters. It looks like Tooker. A bunch of people are pitting. A bunch of the leaders.
We got a mess on pit lane, too. 2 spinners to the inside.
Oh, the 46, the 51, the 84. Yeah, that's not what you want to do going into the pits.
Doesn't look like any damage, but that'll, time-wise, that'll cost them.
Here comes some more pitters down the front stretch. These guys leaving their pit box. 56 is going to pull out of line and pit by himself from this pack. Oh, that 56 too fast. There's no way that car got to the speed limit. Oh, he spun it out. 56 has spun it out entering pit road along with the penalty that he's going to get.
Can't get much worse than that.
Now this race for the lead is just a small pack of cars. Through all this cycle, Dylan Thomas has lost another lap. Here comes some more pitters. Jeff Green, Josh Robin. Is that Zishan down there? Gerald Campbell. Not quite. Zach Evans, I believe, is spinning in 6. He saved it, corrected it.
He was locking it up.
Not sure if those guys got down to the speed limit or not there.
Now we're down to just the top 6 haven't pitted yet. Maybe the top 8 down to Hosack.
I think if I'm Josh Adams, what I'm doing is I'm staying out the lead a lap. I know my car's destroyed, and if there's no caution, I'm not going to be able to fix it. Try to salvage something for the playoffs and hope, you had some guys in front of you that had trouble. If you can stay within a lap or two of the leaders, catch another wreck. But you don't know how long Scott Haney and Dustin Dewar are going to stay out here. So they are still out here 4 seconds in front of the 64 of Rucker, who is running by himself. Everybody pitted and left him, I guess, without a partner to pit with.
Dewar looks like he's just content to run behind him. He's running about 2 seconds off of his previous pace when he was leading.
Yeah, they got to work together. This is not the move, I don't think, to win the race.
Haney's got a nice car-shaped dent in the back of his bumper there he can fit right into.
Two guys are not going to be outrunning the pack, and so I'm not real sure what the thinking is for this. I believe Dylan Thomas should be getting parked here. He's now at that 6 lap mark.
They got about a 30-second gap back to the group that pitted, but that's going to be eaten up pretty quick.
Looking here at this big pack of cars that's led by Matthew Weeks, I think that's where I'm going to take what I'm watching too. That's the race that's ultimately for the lead. When all this shakes out. It's very, very hard racing right there.
Yeah, they're swallowing up Joshua Adams in front of him pretty quick. He should be a couple seconds up the road.
Yeah, Josh was hoping that those guys might pit, and he could at least lead a lap. I mean, this is the only move Josh can play at this point.
There he is on the bottom, like a freight train by him.
Now that is 4 positions. Josh Adams has yet to pit.
So now they're about 19 seconds up to the next group of 4.
Dylan Thomas has been parked, so his night is over at that 6-lap mark.
Looks like Durr and Haney both pitted. No, I still got Haney up there. And I jump back
Yeah,
up.
he's
Must be a
still.
timing thing.
Yeah, I saw the same thing on my end there. He's still trying to screen his hat. So we know Thomas Sherman is going to finish 38th. We know Dylan Thomas is going to finish 33rd. Barbieri has also been parked at this point. The race for what's going to be the win is right now between Matthew Weeks and Chad Frankenfield, side by side in this pack of cars. These are the first guys that have pitted. They are currently running 6th and 7th. Chad's going to get clear to the bottom, move down. And Weeks is going to now move to the top, so they just swap spots, that's all. That lap, they swapped what lane they were in.
Only 13 laps to go. They still got a 17-second lead out front.
Yeah, they still have to make a pit stop up there at the front too. So it's, you know, this is the race for the win. These guys are going to have to pit.
How close are they going to get?
They could run until about 2, 3, 4, 5 laps to go if they wanted to. And they could have saved a little bit of fuel, but now the way that they've been running just 2 cars by themselves, there's no way they're saving any more fuel now. They're practically running around here all by themselves. I mean, we'll see how much faster the pack is this time by. Still a ways to go. I guess I shouldn't say there's no way they can make it. I mean, if they topped off, they did something, you know. I guess it's hard to say at this point. They are swallowing up Josh Adams here, who went ahead and chose to make his pit stop. Trevor Elam has now made his way to the front of this pack beside Matthew Weeks. Passing a slow car here. Weeks and Elam still side by side. We are down to just 10 to go this time by. This pack is racing very hard. If there's going to be a caution, that's probably where it's going to be. Fody and Harrison Talon are very close to that 6-lap mark at this point, both being 5 down. Lots of hard pushing here. Just not sure. I really don't think anybody can make it, but maybe they can. If they came back and topped off, and they really tried hard to save fuel there at the start of the run, maybe it's doable.
We'll bounce you back and forth just to be safe until they come in. 8 laps to go. So we're
They're
looking at
still out there. A little bit of blocking here. 15 pulled up to the top to past the 11. The 56 pulled out, and they're going to get 3-4. Watch
oh
out,
no.
making field. Matthew Weeks. There it
Oh
is.
no.
This is big. Tate Lytle's involved. Bunch of cars here on the front stretch. Vincent Isabella is down there.
Yeah, Chad got turned up in the 11 car, and then everything was just in front of everybody. Campbell's collected. Just about everybody behind them was collected. Well, you think they can make it there now?
Well, I think you save the fuel if you can. You try to make it.
You sure don't come in. That's right. You rolled the dice this far. I think you got to stay out there.
Yeah, and you can save more fuel under yellow.
Of course, they're going to have the rest of them right on their bumper now.
Yeah, but track position, tires don't mean anything here. Matthew Weeks has left the server.
From the lead?
Well, he
Or
was wrecked there. He was
oh
down
yeah,
there
that's
wrecked.
true.
That was
Yeah.
somebody who was up there in the points. I will do the best that I can, as we will do the best that we can in here, David and myself, to try to get you to let you know who's in and who's out before this thing is over. But we can't go any faster than Chad is. Dustin's gonna pit. They're gonna pit here. Maybe they decided, that they just didn't want to risk it. Vincent Isabella has also disconnected from the server. One guy that this really helps, if it would have went green to the end, I think Fody would have been on the outside looking in. But now, Fody is probably not going to lose another lap. He's going to get to run the rest of this race out, and he'll pick up a few more spots. And he was in a good spot coming into this thing with a big gap. And with some of the people that have had trouble, I think he might be sitting in a pretty good spot there to maybe sneak into the next round. And if I'm looking at this correct, Ethan Reisner is going to be the leader. He has chose to stay out. He's sitting out here. He is saving fuel. Hank Steinmiller is also out here with him. These two did not pit. Tooker is going to be behind him. Going to be an exciting finish.
So I don't show that Ethan's pitted at all, correct?
He would have had to have pitted on the caution, but other than that, I believe him and Hank have not pitted. And if they're staying out here, I think they're saving the fuel and they're saying we're going to run this to the end and see what happens. That kind of surprises me for Hank to play that kind of strategy, knowing now with the guys with damage and being a playoff driver. Because if he runs out of fuel with 1 or 2 laps to go, that's going to be the difference in him making the playoffs, where he could just pit and still restart 15th. So if I was Hank, if I was in Hank's here anyway, shape or form, I'd be telling him, don't even risk this. It's not worth it because you can make the playoffs if you just pit and finish it out. If you end up running out of gas and you finish last car in the lead lap, or if you were to do it before 2 to go and lose all those other spots, that would be a playoff. Playoffs. They're so tight.
Well, there's the championship standings. They're going into the race. I think I got that updated there, so everybody can look at that. And you can see how tight it is through the middle there. So 1 or 2 points can really make a big difference.
And that's right where Hank is. Right in the middle.
Yep.
So it just, man, oh man. Just not sure if I was Hank that I'd be doing this. And the race for the Lucky Dog is very important right here as well. But the 56 doesn't have any damage, so I think he should be able to outrun Josh Adams. Garrison's got a pretty nice bubble coming in here, so he should be good. Josh Adams needs all the help he can get. This is going to be a very... Matthew Weeks has reconnected to the server. At this point, though, he's lost 3 laps.
You're going green with 4 to go or 3?
It looks like it would be 4 to go here at the green. Ethan Reasoner has taken the top lane. Chad Thornquist is in second, and Hank Steinmiller is third.
Green flag's in the starter's hand.
Yep,
Looking
pace
for
car's
him to
off
come
here.
out.
Have to think boxing these guys back up. We've probably not seen the last caution. Ethan's on the loud pedal here.
There's the green.
I'd be dropping to the bottom. I'd get down in front of Chad. He's going to choose to stay on the top, and he was a little bit slow. Got too good of a start. Rucker and Hank are going to go to the very top of 3 here. Jeff Green's going to try to shoot the middle lane. That's going to get the very top lane, everything it needs to get all 3 of them, or 2 of them. Oh, there's the third. He got down 2. Three laps to go here at the line. Hank sits out front. Big win for Hank if he can hold on here.
Kind of starting to single file out there at the front a little bit. Wait for that second line to start.
Ethan has lost all of his positions back to 15th in 1 lap. Hank and Rucker are both clear. If I know Rucker, he's got to pull up right here. Got to pull up and get in front of Chad Thornquist because that might not be another opportunity to get up to that middle lane. And he missed it.
Yeah, it looks like he waited too long.
The 56 is up here trying to get his lap back the hard way. Leading the very top of 3 wide. 56 was not caught up in a wreck. The way he got lapped was speeding on pit road, spun out, getting in there as well. Just a really bad pit cycle under green. Here we go. What are you doing, Chad Thornquist? You're going to try to stay in this middle lane. 3 by 3 in the front. The 56 is not in the race for the win. That is a lap car again. Right up in the thick of this, as we've just got 2 laps to go here at Talladega. These guys, Hank's going to be close on fuel. He's going to be close on fuel. Jeff Green, what you might be looking for here is he may pull to the very top of the lane. He's going to opportunity as we see Josh Robin pushing back up the middle. Well, there goes Jeff to the very top. If they get to the white flag, the next flag will end it. And it'll be the checker flag. White flag is out. Three wide for the lead.
This could get hairy.
Is it going to be Hank? Is it going to be Chad? Is it going to be Jeff? Is it going to be somebody else? Catching a lap car of Matthew Weeks here.
Middle lane's pulling ahead.
Not ideal for Matthew to be here. It's really not smart for him to be here going into 3 like this on the last lap.
Can't get any
Hank's
higher.
Got it right now. Oh, the 56 gets turned a little sideways. They're 4 wide back there. Oh, Hank's going to get churned. Rucker's going to get churned. Everybody's wrecking. Josh Robin is going to come through and win the race. I'm not sure about anybody else. Wow. This is incredible. Josh Robin has won this race. Scott Haney is second. Zach Evans is third. Absolutely incredible. Hosack fourth. Gerald Campbell fifth. Brent Jones comes through in 6th. Chad Thornquist 7th. Trevor Elam in 8th. Dustin Dewar. Joshua Clark. Hank Steinmiller is going to come home 11th. What a win for Josh Robin. Everyone went wrecked there at the end. We will try to get these points out to you. We will try to let you know what's going on here. No guarantees on if it will get done in time before we go off the air, but what an absolutely incredible finish here tonight at Talladega.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get that. Try to see if I can get that pulled back up so I can watch it a little closer. I'm not the greatest on the replay, so bear with me.
Rucker coming across the line real slow. What an incredible finish. Just
okay, here's the ending. Everybody started bumping. Everybody started going nuts. Oh, then iRacing went crazy on me, and I lost all the people. They all disappeared. And then all of a sudden, you see the pop back up with the leader coming across the start-finish line. Sorry, guys. That's the nature of technology sometimes. All that action just really went nuts at the end.
whole lot of phantom smoke.
I'll back it up here slowly and try to see if I can get anything from Robbins at all.
Josh Robbins still sitting there. I'm getting told that the 4th place finisher, Hosack, finished 4th upside down. So we'll see if Zach Evans, Scott Haney, Josh Robbins, see if we can find them in the server here. I believe we have Zach Evans in the waiting room ready to go.
What's up?
Zach Evans, P3, just like everybody knew it was going to be when we came off of turn 4. Tell us about your night and how everything worked out.
How did everything work out? I honestly don't know. Before that caution came out, I think I was about 5 seconds ahead of leaders. Me and Jeff Green were swimming upstream like a couple of minnows. I didn't think we were even going to finish on the lead lap. That caution came out at about the perfect time, came down pit road and got up to around 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, about where I had hung out all night before the caution came out, and then got got bounced around a little bit, and that off of 4, and that honestly helped me a ton, because then when they all wrecked into tri-oval, I wasn't right in the middle of it. I was able to kind of squirt through it, ended up sliding through the grass, and just pedaled as hard as I could till we got to the finish line. And then when it was all said and done, the crew chief was telling me P3. So first podium finish ever in Elite. Super stoked about that. Obviously, you can tell I'm like on the chip right now, but just I can't believe it, honestly, because it's not a third place car tonight, but third place finish.
And at Talladega, if you don't get into one of those big wrecks with severe damage, your car could finish anywhere. And just that was incredible on the front stretch. Anybody you want to thank tonight? Congrats on your first podium. You know, we don't have Nick up here. You know, Nick likes to be here when people get the first podium, so he missed out tonight. But maybe you'll come back and see me and Nick again before the end of the year.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I won't get my hopes up, but for sure, it's awesome to get here. Thanks to everybody at Wally Racing, of course. Thanks to NASCAR RPG. Gotta give a shout out to MeFine, as always. Love getting them some TV time. Be sure, if I know it's the Christmas season, everybody's saving up money and all that, but if you can spare a little change for MeFine Foundation and help the families with patients over at Duke UNC and Wake Med Children's Hospital this holiday season, I know they'd appreciate it. Definitely want to give them a shout out. Shoot. Like I say, Martin Sports, 213 Gaming. I'm used to the one giving the interviews either at the racetrack or on Sunday nights in the Truck Series. I don't even know how to react to getting interviewed. Almost, I'm kind of losing my mind. But yeah, if I'm sure I forgot somebody, but you know who you are, as Ward Burton said once.
Well, all right, Zach, man, it was great talking to you. It's great to see you excited. Maybe, been better if you'd have won, see how excited you would have been. But we'll see you next time. Come back and see us for the end of the year, and have a good Thanksgiving.
I sure will. I'll miss the next one down at Pensacola for the Snowball Derby. I won't be at Loudon, but hopefully I'll be able to make Fontana. If not, I'll be sure to make the final 2.
All right, Zach Evans, our third place finisher.
Yeah, I'll bring in Scott.
Try to bring in Scott Haney here, finishing second. Just like I said, I'll tell you the same thing I told Zach. We all knew you were going to finish second there. We took the white flag. Just had to wait to come around, see how everything shook out. But tell us about your night, Scott.
Yeah, I guess you guys knew more than I did. I was in 12th or 13th coming into 4. Yeah, crazy night, Talladega. It's always a little crazy. Just kind of survived the night, stuck around there at the end.
Yeah, we had a couple big wrecks. The first one took out some, obviously we're watching the playoffs real tight tonight. So we had some playoff contenders that get involved in that wreck. And then y'all were very nice and waited until the tri-oval to wreck everybody else. So tell us about that wreck there and how you missed it. And if you missed the first one, how you missed that one as well.
The first one just checked up real early. That last one was just a prayer, kind of. Was kind of following. I don't know who it was. Maybe I don't think it was Robin. Somebody down there on the bottom. Then just got a little sideways through the grass and just stayed in the throttle. I think I came through the grass at about 160. I wasn't going to let out there. But yeah, good night, good result. Try to stay out of those guys' way that are racing for something bigger. But it was a good night.
Well, all right, Scott. Anybody you want to thank, for your performance tonight and running with you all season?
Yeah, got a big thanks tonight to Dustin Dewar, Brent Jones. Those guys were a lot of help on the radio, talking it up. David Westergreen, he's always around with us. Hate that Mike Goodman wasn't around tonight. Got to thank him. Everybody at Do Good Motorsports. Had Miss Goodies on the car again tonight. Always have Home Place Beer Company on the car. So big thanks to all those people.
Well, all right, Scott. Thanks for coming up and seeing us. Maybe you'll get in the top 3. Come back and see us again next week or one of these other weeks. We're running out of weeks in the year, just a few weeks left. So congrats on your run, on your second place finish, and come back and see us again down the road.
All right, fellas. Appreciate what y'all do. Thanks a lot.
All right, now we'll grab our winner.
There he is, Josh Robin. Ran at the front all night, needed some help at the end, and you got it, and way more than you thought you were going to get, I'm sure, there coming down through the tri-oval. Tell us about your night and how exciting that finish was there, Josh.
Man, that was a thriller. started the race off with the pole and led a bunch of laps. Stayed up front pretty much the whole race, up in the top 5, top 10. I got in a couple wrecks there. I got some damage, and I didn't really think I had a shot after that, like one wreck down the backstretch, because I couldn't suck up to the draft that good. But that last restart had a pretty good starting spot, and I just stayed in the middle lane, which was the best in my opinion. And I don't know, I just got in the right position, and they come off turn 4, they started wrecking, and off I went to the checkered.
Well, sometimes that's how it works out. But like you said, you know, people are going to say, "Oh, you got lucky to get this win," but you were, like you said, up at the front all night. There was a group of drivers, you and Jeff Green and Dustin Dewar and a few others that spent most of this race in the top 6 or 8 and just took turns leading. So tell us about that night, you know, and the way that you guys, you know, stayed at the front and kind of worked with each other and whatnot.
Yeah, well, first I'll say, I am pretty good at these play races. It's my style, my type of racing. But yet, I was planning on helping Jeff to get a good finish so he can advance to the next round. But I think he got in that wreck there on the last lap, and I don't know, I was working with Gerald, my teammate, a couple other guys, I don't know, whoever. But I don't know, it was a pretty good race, a lot of action, a lot of racy type style racing, which I like a lot.
Oh yeah, we were watching there, and it took us all of about a lap and a half to realize that this race was going to be way more exciting than the Cup race we ran on Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like the cup package. It's terrible.
But anyway, anybody you want to thank tonight, and won't you come back and see us in the next couple of weeks as well?
Yeah, shout out to you guys for broadcasting, everybody that tuned in to watch, all the drivers that showed up to put on a great race, and the admins that run the league. Shout out to my teammates and myself for the win. No,
Hey, that's right. You had to do it, right?
that's
No,
right.
nobody else could have missed that wreck like you did. But congrats on the win
Exactly.
tonight, man. And like I said, come back and see us for the end of the year, and maybe win another one of these things.
Yep, for sure.
All right, that was our winner, Josh Robin. I have also got the updated points, and this is where we got to bring the bad news to some of these guys. Thomas Sherman, Dylan Thomas, Matthew Weeks, Josh Adams were eliminated from the playoffs tonight. So that sucks for them. That's going to bring us Josh Clark, Jeff Green, Tate Lytle, Hank, Chad Frankenfield, David Tooker, Garrison, Tyler Fody, and Ethan Burrell are the ones who are still left racing for this championship. So those wrecks tonight, that really took a lot of those guys out. We saw, you know, what happened with Josh, with Matthew, Thomas, all those guys getting caught up in those wrecks. So you hate to see a season come to the end, but that's how this playoff format works. Tonight's race was brought to you by Sonesta Hotels, Sonesta Hotels 200. Thanks to all of our sponsors, everybody at C2 Freight, SMRI Productions, Elite Racing Network. Chad does a lot of stuff. If you're looking for a league to run in, Chad probably runs a league with it. So just reach out to Chad Frankenfield on Twitter, and they will find a place to put you in a car somewhere. Whether it's open wheel, stock cars, trucks, the F1 league's going to kick off there after the first of the year, brand new to Elite. So if you want to run some F1 stuff, it's coming to Elite starting next year. Sign up, reach out to Chad. And as for our weekly guys that tune in, come back next week as we continue to dwindle down. Got us another round before the final. See what guys are going to be racing for the championship here at the end of the year. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Hey, one shout out before we go for the social media. Go out to Chad's Twitter or Elite Racing League. You can see the finish. I know, thanks to the way the technology gods work out, all were able to show you was a whole bunch of mess that started to spin and turned into a bunch of smoke. But I know we'll be able to grab that finish and have it online for you, and be able to give you the how they got across the line.